So I'm getting ready to have a meeting with one of my old college pals, and yeah, John, and unfortunately, I have to meet him here at the Canadian Embassy because we both went to the University of Toronto together, and um, I know he's got a new daughter I haven't met yet. She's my goddaughter. So I bought her from the airport. They had this cool little penguin. I guess Happy Feet was out recently. And yeah. And, I'm just really looking forward to proving to him that my life is now better than his.
I'm Jenny-Mae, and I am John's child now, I guess, because he married my mom, and he said it would be really fun to go to Canada as like a bonding thing or whatever. And so I guess we're going to Canada, and I'm gonna meet my new goddad because that's something a 16-year-old does every day.
William Bilson. I have not seen John since, oh my God, graduation. We were like this, brothers. I don't know why he didn't follow me into the Marines. We always talked about how we were going to be in the Marines and go to exotic places. I mean, I wound up in Canada, but, meh.
Jim Schwartz went to the University of Toronto, and as you know, I work in high-end business acquisitions.
Jenny-Mae, just going to Canada with my new dad to meet his buddies. I don't know what we're gonna do, but God, I'm already bored.
William, guarding the U.S. Embassy in Canada, and man, I finally get to see Jim after all this time.
Oh, I graduated probably 15 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. Actually, right on the nut here in about 2 days. So yeah, I'll be seeing my goddaughter and my buddy William. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yep. I've never met. As a matter of fact, I don't even remember what her name is. Uh, Jenny-Mae, I don't know, something like that. I'm a terrible godfather. Anyway, yeah, 15 years.
Oh man, Jim could do a triple keg stand. I mean, he would do a keg stand on a keg, on a keg. I mean, we went to OSU, so like the double keg stand was kind of old hat, but he kicked it up, boomer sooner.
Oh my God, they're so gross. I mean, it's just like, who cares if you could do a headstand and not choke on some liquid going down your throat? I guess that's like how my mom and he met, and she was like, oh my God, stamina. And I'm like, ew, mom, don't talk to me about that shit.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, one day, well, first of all, let me just say, William always had my back, always. Every single day, that I would possibly go out and get in trouble, walk across the street in front of a car. He'd grab me and pull me back. But really, it was, he took the fall for underage drinking with the cops at least 4 times for me. But yeah, I would say my favorite memory of William is that one time where we were doing a Society for Creative Anachronisms together, and he was playing the wizard, and I was playing the knight. And while I was riding the horse to joust the other guy, he tossed a beanbag out in front of him to like as a lightning bolt and knocked him off the horse. So and he made it so that nobody else could see that he did it because it was like hidden by my actual jousting stick. He made me a hero. So yeah, that'd be my favorite memory of William.
Yeah, being deployed to Canada is not easy. I had to bring the wife and the daughter along because apparently Canada's not just another state. I mean, I thought it was for a long time. And believe me, that caused some confusion.
Well, I have my cell phone, and I brought my buds, so I feel like I can pretty much tune out whatever these old farts are going to do for their funsies. I don't know. I was really hoping that like Canada's like cultural and they've got like art places. Like maybe we could like roam the streets and see some really cool like street art and like street performers, and maybe then I'll get like, swept off my feet by some like statuesque living statue person who's like handing out flowers if you give them $1. It'll be really, I'm hoping it will be somewhat new and exciting for me.
Well, after he meets Jenny, and I'm sure they'll hit it off. I mean, they're both like family to me. I mean, one legitimately is family, but still, we are gonna go bowling. Yeah, that's kind of our code name for Kansas Schlitz to the sky.
Kansas Slits to the sky. I'm telling you, at least 20 of them. Yeah, I don't remember much about last night, except for I don't think that Jenny-Mae liked the penguin. I don't know.
Well, it was a long night. Mom and I are gonna have a long talk. And I mean, I hate to admit it, Jim was kind of sweet. He was like tall and he brought me this really cute stuffed penguin, but they drank a lot at the bowling alley, and Jim kind of like threw up all over it and then tried to throw it down a lane thinking it was a bowling ball, and I was like, ooh, that's not really as cool as I thought it was gonna be. And Dad, well, he was like out before the first schlit or whatever it is because he doesn't drink anymore. And so, I kind of left the bowling alley without them, and I don't really know how they got home. I met up with some really cool jugglers and like this one hula hooper, and we just kind of hung out in a park and got stoned.
Well, I kind of woke up in a wheelbarrow out behind the barracks. Yeah. Handcuffed to a pipe. Our military police officer had words with me about my drinking. They said that was strike 5. Ooh.
Where the fuck are you? That's what he said. And I was like, oh, sorry, I was out with my old college buddy. You remember William, right? He's like, oh, what the hell is that stupid ass doing? And I was like, oh, well, schlick to the sky. And he's like, when are we going to go out next? My boss loves me. I always get away with shit with him. Anyway, now I got to work all night. So I'm not going to get to spend any time with Jenny-Mae tonight. So, you know what? I did have tickets to the opera tonight. So I thought I would just give those to Jenny and maybe she could take, I don't know, my son. Yeah, I guess William didn't know I had a son. Anyway, so Jenny and my son can go to the opera tonight. All right, yeah.
Well, I am originally from California, which is really cool. And I mean, there are lots of great things that are similar between Canada and California, but I've got to say that the cooler weather in Canada has like done my skin wonders. I mean, I was so acne ridden when I was in that hot, awful place. So yeah, I think I might stay in Canada. I mean, there's weed, there's like really fun artsy people that do weird shit and live on couches, and I love that. And yeah, it looks like Will might be like shipped back to America anyway, so I might just stay with my hula hoop friend.
Son? He has a son? No. Jim? Crazy Jim? Big Jerimsky? No. If something important in his life had happened, I mean, we were like brothers, right? I mean, granted, we haven't seen each other in 15 years, but I invited him to Becky and I's wedding. I mean, he didn't come, but he was busy. He's busy.
Yeah, I met Jim's son. He's cute. He's like 7. I don't know. I think he really just wants a babysitter for free because I'm his goddaughter, but I'm sorry. It's gonna take more than a puke-stained stuffed penguin to win my heart over to give you free time with your 7-year-old, even if he's kind of cute and sweet.
Oh, well, I didn't actually really meet my son until like 2 weeks ago. The mom just kind of, it was somebody that I met like 8 years ago, and we had like a one night thing, and she just showed up on my doorstep the other day. Weirdly enough, I'm still living in the same penthouse apartment, and she said, "Here you go. Here's little Jimmy." Don't remember his name, or his name's not really Jimmy. I think it's like Sean or something.
Well, Becky and I have been going through a bit of a rough patch, okay? I mean, she likes to use Jenny against me because that's a thing evil hags of women do. No. We have been together in couples therapy, She's kind of missed the last few sessions, but my commanding officer said that I had to go to them. Didn't say she had to go, so it's been a few months.
Oh my God, Mom and I do things all the time. I mean, she's got so much more time now. It's really fun. But I guess that might be changing because yesterday when we were doing brunch at this cute little corner cafe, like just around the street, and she was like, "So I might be, going out to dinner with some guy." And I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, Dish, what are you talking about?" And she was like, "Well, he's tall and he's got a 7-year-old." And I was like, "What? Shut up." I know she's talking about Jim.
Oh, it was actually pretty good catching up with her after about 8 years. Um, yeah, I haven't seen Becky in ages, and she just shows up, and I guess she was at the time dating William, and it was just one of those one night things. So I didn't tell William, but I guess that's why I didn't go to the wedding because I didn't want it to be kind of weird. Uh, but anyway, I guess she told him just recently, and they've broken up. So I don't know. I thought I'd give her a call. Oh, I woke up. Um, I woke up. Well, it was in a hotel room. Uh, and, and, um, oh shit! I guess I was with Becky this morning.
Yay!